everyone, my name is Joey and I work in the Sales and Partnerships department here at Dubsado. Throughout my time here, I've realized how important it is for us to communicate authentically and develop strong, honest relationships with our clients. So in this brief lesson, I'll be breaking down a few principles we hope you can keep in mind as you're selling Dubsado services to your clients. I'll go ahead and jump right in. The first is to lead with gratitude. When purchasing a product or service in general, now more than ever, customers are met with this abundance of options to choose from, and they're marketed to in all sorts of ways. And this stands true not only for Dubsado amongst our competitors, but also for the businesses that offer assistance with Dubsado Setup. There are numerous ways someone can choose to spend their time while searching for what they need. So when talking with a potential client, we've learned the importance of expressing gratitude for even giving us the time of day. There's this level of sincerity that you can express by just showing gratitude and acknowledging that their time is valuable. Whether outbound or inbound, when you're fielding inquiries, seeking out new leads, or getting to know potential clients, leading with gratitude provides a great platform for building a positive relationship. So the second is transparency. Maintaining full transparency with our clients has always been a huge part of how we build and sustain trust. This is especially crucial when we're met with questions or demands that we can't directly solve with our platform. There's always this sort of balancing act between wanting to provide as much as possible, but also managing a client's realistic expectations. Naturally, we understand this is something that you've encountered before or will encounter at some point. So when evaluating a client's needs, full transparency can make a huge difference in their overall experience. Now, if you're met with a request that is outside of your scope, there's essentially two options. You either find a reasonable workaround or compromise, or express with full honesty what you're not able to actually accommodate. In these scenarios, you also kind of need to be honest with yourself. Although the impulse is often to take on any requests your client might have or sort of do anything to make things work, you can't make sincere promises you can't keep, or you can't overextend yourself to the point where your client is dissatisfied. Overall, full transparency is helpful for growth in the long term. It reassures your client that even in the most difficult situations, they can trust that they're not being oversold or misled. So moving on to the third, which is empathy. I can't really state how much empathy is part of our ethos here at Dubsado. Apart from the software itself, our team, and the tools that we provide, engaging with our community through an empathetic lens allows us to understand their needs in the deepest way possible. We always keep in mind that finding a product or finding the right one for you is just as vulnerable as it is exciting. There are always tons of questions someone might ask themselves when considering a purchase. Is this trustworthy? Is this too expensive? Do I need this? Maybe do I not need it right now? And most especially in our line of work, when you really break things down, clients are trusting you with their livelihood. They're looking to you to help them solve their most frustrating business needs. So the service that you provide allows them to operate their business smoothly and help them make a living for themselves and their families. As you evaluate the needs of your clients, keep in mind that the person's needs comes from a very human place. Using empathy to guide your interactions reassures your client that you're guarding their best interest above anything else. So the final principle is to leave the ball on their side of the court. This one kind of feels counterintuitive to not push for a purchase or create any kind of urgency to buy what you're selling. But when you really think about it, when someone is making the decision to buy, they want to feel in control of what they end up deciding. Although it's human nature to want to purchase new things, especially if those things bring joy or make life easier, it's important to note that agency is key. When someone may enjoy buying something at their own discretion, they don't inherently enjoy being sold to. It's actually that same reason why you're more likely to buy something when it's referred to you by a friend or a family member, opposed to an advertisement you might have seen online. So with this idea of leaving the ball on their side of the court, a great analogy is thinking about the chores you did growing up. Now at the time, you probably hated it when your parents asked you to take out the trash or wash the dishes, but as an adult on your own terms, you just sort of know that it's a good thing to get out of the way now. To relate this to our field of work, the ultimate goal is to help inform and lead the client to the best decision for them. When prompted with hesitation or tension from a client who feels they're pressured to buy, You can honestly just reiterate that you're happy for their time and you sincerely understand that it takes a lot of thought and consideration, no matter how much something costs. This can actually be pretty disarming for a client, and it allows them to feel much more at ease with the entire interaction. That breathing room and sense of control that you give them is almost always appreciated. So to wrap things up, these principles are such an integral part of how we can create meaningful working relationships with each of your clients. We really do hope that you find value in these as you continue to grow your business and help the members of the community achieve their goals. Thanks.